Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Keon Smith. I'm a certified business coach, Action Coach Guyana. We also have the license for the Who's Who in Guyana Business Directory. I cannot stop saying how this is a comprehensive tool for businesses who are looking to find strategic partners, or you want to know who are the persons behind the companies. This is a great tool that you can use. We make sure that we circulate our directories all across Guyana, regionally as well at any events that we attend, and of course internationally as well that we would have done for last year and we will continue to do throughout the life of our directory. We're continuing our interview series with business owners, CEOs, team members from innovative and dynamic companies across Guyana. And today is going to be no different. I'm going to be speaking with Mr. John Chin from Mings Products and Services Limited. They're also one of the featured businesses in our Who's Who in Guyana business directory. They are on page 94. And right next to their ad as well, you can get a great viewpoint from the veteran, Mr. Stanley Ming. Very, very insightful and brilliant young man. So I'm saying that because I know that he's going to be smiling. So, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Mr. John Chin from Mings Products and Services Limited. Pleasant good afternoon to you, John. How are you doing today?
Hi, Keon. Good afternoon. I'm doing fine, all things considered. The
Sure.
situation we're in.
Excellent. Great to see that smile on your face, John. So we are going to be on our social media platforms. We love the support that you guys give. Please remember to like, love, and of course, share the video. This is how you guys can help us to continue to spread this message. So, John, just on that note, persons are hearing about the name Mings Products and Services Limited. They might have some amount of idea what you guys do, but can you tell us about the company?
Well, the company, we're actually in our 30th year. We're celebrating 30th anniversary this year. It started back when Mr. Ming started off in rented premises across the road in a room above what is the Farfana Mendez's building with himself and maybe two or three employees. And over the years, it has grown uh, to what it is now, where we're currently located, and with a staff of just about 70 in total. Uh, our product line from the beginning was the Yamaha outboard engines, which remains to this day one of our key product line, um, along with a few other brands, Mitsubishi vehicles, ADS, HDP, culvert pipes, CMI, vinyl sheet piling. And within recent time, we've added some solar freezers and fridges, which we've had kind of a soft launch, but we wanted to make sure that we have all the bolts and nuts sorted out, and we're going to be looking at developing that further as we go along.
Excellent. Thank you very much, John. That was a great journey through history, some 30 years ago. So, congratulations on celebrating your 30th year. And also the humble beginning that many businesses go through, but persons now don't know or um, have never experienced. It's really good to let people know that it started small in a small office with Mr. Ming and three employees to now employing close to about 70 persons, you indicated.
Correct?
Fantastic. So that's a great 30-year journey of the company, which adds to your position in this market with regards to the outboard engines that you supply. Now, John, we are currently going through a pandemic in our country, a pandemic that has no face and there is no bias in who it affects. We've
True.
seen throughout the past couple of months that it has been creating some economic, well, lots of economic contractions, along with the social part of it, because we can no longer go out as we feel like we have to adhere to our quarantine regulations. My question to you, John, is how has COVID 19 affected Ming's Products and Services Limited? And on that note, what have been some of the strategies you would have implemented to deal with this?
Well, like every sphere in life and business, we have been affected. Initially, we were supporting the initiative to flatten the curve by not opening at all. That ran from April 2nd to April the 20th, where we closed off completely, like I said, in support of the flattening the curve initiative, where we allowed staff to stay home completely. But the Yamaha brand, as it is, a lot of our customers are farmers, fishermen, miners, and the water taxis. There was a lot of pressure in being there to support the engines that we've done throughout the years with spare parts primarily. Um, so what we did, it it forced us to relook at our hours, and shortly in the latter part of April, we reopened on a limited basis
Yeah,
and 3 days a week, namely Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and with shortened hours from 8 to 2. We also have staff on rotation because we still trying to maintain as best as possible to avoid or to minimize staff having to travel to get to work. Because for those that take public transportation, we recognize that as one of the significant areas of risk in traveling and contracting COVID. So at this point in time, we do operate on a 3 days a week and 8 to 2, as the notice would have said. What this has done, it has forced us to kind of fast track efforts to do more online transactions or interact with our customers via social media. It was something that we had initiated within recent times.
yeah,
One of the what we found generally, some of our customers aren't that big into social media communication. Fishermen, farmers, um, are the case in point, but um, it has forced, as I said, this forced our hands and to some extent the customers in utilizing WhatsApp and Facebook to communicate. Um, it's also meant you'll be looking at how staff their time are utilized, because it might not be utilized in the traditional office sense or in a physical space, but sometimes at their homes, because we're now communicating with the customers from home when we are not at work. So some of the things we are developing as we go along, and putting systems in place to keep improving the methods of communication with the customers.
yeah, yeah. Excellent. Thank you very much, John. That was very, very detailed, well put. And I just want to pick out that, it is forcing not only Ming's products, but many businesses in terms of accelerating their use of technology to make sure that they can still continue to serve their customers. And Ming's products, you are serving most of the essential, well, some of the essential businesses. For mining, for example, is an essential business. Persons who are in the food industry are all essential businesses. So persons would need to just make that connection that the Yamaha engine is what most of the fishermen use to go out and bring the catch in so that we can have fresh fish on our
True.
plate. Right, so this is where you have to make sure you play your part in supporting those essential industries. Now, you spoke a lot about what you've done for your team as well and helping your customers to shift their um, averse mentality when it comes to technology. What advice would you give, John, to fellow Guyanese as individuals and sometimes even other businesses or colleagues who are still having to work? What advice would you give to them?
Well, I can speak from a personal standpoint
Yeah,
is for those who have the extra time at home, you can use it to learn new things, develop yourself, new topics or interests you might have had. There are quite a lot of resources out there in educational and hands-on. Like myself, I was able to do some hands-on plumbing at home, quite to the amusement of some of my friends. But um, some people will find themselves with a lot of extra time, as I said, and it's a great opportunity to upgrade your knowledge. Even if you focus on one topic, for on a business side, like others, I think we have to examine the way we do business, how we interact with customers. Um, it's being said quite a lot that things are not going to be the same again after this. A lot of what we do will become the new normal. I hope that is kept a minimum. But things like communicating with customers, reduce physical interaction, it will push you towards more use of technology and in internet uh, interactions. I would, for the want
yeah,
of a term. So you may see some efficiencies coming out of it.
yeah,
Um, you find new ways to operate with less resources in some cases.
yeah.
Um, Quite recently, there was the headline where Twitter was allowing staff to work from home permanently if that's if it's allowed or if it's something that can be done entirely from home. So um, as we go forward, we will have to keep examining and seeing where if there are any not positives, but any improvements or efficiencies are garnered that we can uh, expand on.
Good, excellent. So very, very good advice, both for the individual and for the individuals and for fellow businesses as well. And what I love is that you spoke about taking time to develop yourself and maybe learning a new skill. So congratulations on your plumbing skills. Uh, I too am imagining how amused your friends are, seeing as something probably new. But it really helps us to use the time that COVID-19 has created for us to come out from this pandemic a different or a better version of ourselves and identify what you need to improve on and then work towards improving it. So, some very, very sound advice, Mr.
One,
Chins.
one other thing I just want to touch on, sort of a pet peeve of mine,
Yeah.
is the use of masks. Uh,
Hmm.
I think we discussed on a few occasions here within Mings with our among the staff and colleagues. Um, well, of course, like everywhere else, at first there was some hesitance and aversion to the mask. You would find all the reasons why not to wear it, and then there are all the statistics about how efficient and how effective the masks are. But the one point that we keep drilling in as every opportunity we get is that wearing the mask isn't all about protecting yourself, but more importantly, protecting those around you. Because fine, if you're wearing the regular cloth, homemade cloth mask, it offers nowhere near the protection of the N95. face mask. But
Yeah.
what it does quite well is contain anything that you may be giving off.
Mm-hmm.
And this has been expounded on by quite a few of the medical professionals, where when the surgeons wear those face masks, it's not to protect themselves, it's to protect the patient,
Yeah.
especially in surgical situation. So um, I think I'll take this opportunity to whoever is watching this, that to use your mask at all times. Once you're in public, once you're by yourself, yes, you can take it off. You don't have to protect anyone but yourself. So that's something I see quite a lot of people taking a very light approach towards.
Okay.
So for that is again, it's not to protect yourself only, but to protect those around you. And if everyone is wearing the mask properly, then it contains any or minimizes to a great degree the chances of the virus spreading.
Yeah. Definitely. That was very, very well said, Mr. Chin. I'm thinking persons out there who may have had their aversion to the mask, I think they've just been further educated. And I think hearing it from our peers makes the biggest difference because persons are thinking, why should I wear a mask if you're wearing a mask? But it's also protecting the person that you're speaking to from anything you might have contracted that you may not be aware of. So I thought the analogy of the surgeon's use of the mask was really, really on point so that persons can have that visual and make that connection as to why it is important. So thank you very much, Mr. Chin, for speaking with us. Just as we close our interview, persons who are looking to make contact to come in to you know either buy an engine or get theirs looked after, what is the best way that they can make contact with you, and what should they do?
Okay, our primary contact is uh, a mobile number which is on WhatsApp,
Yeah.
620 MING, which is 620 6464.
Okay.
Very easy to remember. 620 Ming. Uh,
Yes.
there's also the office number, 225 which is scrolling at the bottom there. And
Yes.
there's another number which would spill over to my number, 648 9090. So um, call those numbers in between. Once we are not at work, you will get an answer. I can't promise you immediate
Yeah.
answer, but we do respond. We pride ourselves on responding as promptly as possible. We can take the information if we can, as the the staff are equipped with price and stock levels,
Yes.
and at least verify what we have available in terms of spare parts and products. And you can know for sure that when you visit the office the next available working day, whether or not you'll be able to get the part.
Excellent.
We have our
Excellent.
Facebook page. Um, we also monitor that for interactions and communication with customer.
Excellent. Excellent. Well, you're already having some interactions happening on the page. Austin is tuned in, one of our avid followers, since we started this interview series. So he is definitely going to be checking out your Facebook page to know what Mings is all about and what they do. So thank you very much, Mr. Chin, for spending the time with us. Thank you to all our viewers online on our social media platform. Thank you guys for your continuous support. Please remember to like, love, and of course, share the video. So thank you guys. Do have a great weekend.
Thanks, Keon, and thanks, Austin.